composting is something you can do easily yourself, and you can do it in all sorts of different types of ways. What we do is called cold composting, where we just put it in a pile here, and this pile is made out of baby crib sides and also just some fence posts. So you could do cold composting where you just put it all in a pile. It takes about 6 to 12 months, maybe a little bit more to break down. Then there's hot composting where you have an equal balance of the browns and the greens so that it mixes together and does break down a little bit faster and gets a little bit warmer. We have another way to compost over here. Now here we just took a big garbage can and we drilled holes into the side so that it would have some air that could circulate through, and we just put our compost in here. Now this is cold composting again. Hot composting, when you do have an equal mixture of browns and greens, you want to go ahead and you do want to make sure that you're stirring it, and you can find more information on that online. The nice thing about this is if you had a garbage can that had a locking lid, you could easily take this, put it on its side and roll it up and down your driveway or your lawn or wherever. But this is another option, especially if you live in a municipality that you're not allowed to have a compost pile itself. It has to be contained as a good idea as a couple garbage cans. So what we've been doing is we've been sifting our compost. Now this is something you don't have to do, but it does help it sift out the big chunks to the smaller chunks. We've been using this compost sifter that somebody made for our neighbor, and he's letting us use. And all it is 2x4s and something called hardware cloth, which you can just get at any hardware store. So what you do is you just sift it, and it's easier with 2 people, but you can do it yourself, and it makes this beautiful fine sifted compost is what you have left. And you can just, as you can see, it's nice and good black gold there. So then once we've sifted it enough, we go ahead and put the bigger chunks into here. This is going to go back into the compost pile, but as you can see, it's bigger chunks of leaves. There's some straw that hasn't broken down, twigs and sticks, orange peels, or maybe that's an eggshell, coconut peels, things like that. So we're gonna go ahead and put that back on the compost so it continues to break down. This is pretty simple to do. All you do is you just take your shovel and you go ahead and you shovel your compost onto the sifter. And you just wanna basically fill the sifter, not all the way, but I'll just show you real quick here with a little load. And then you just sift it. And it's pretty easy to do. You just sift it like that, nice and slow. We put a tarp down so that we can catch any stuff that goes over the side. And then you just keep sifting. And as you can see here, we got, I don't know what that is, and then some straw, some twigs, all sorts of things. So it's a good idea to kind of help if you want some compost a little bit sooner. You can sift out the good stuff and then put that back into the compost bin so that it continues to break down. For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.